Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I will be bringing you guys my playoff preview of the Washington football team versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. I will be giving you guys a very important injury update for the Washington football team and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then I will give you guys my 5 keys to victory for the Washington football team. And at the end of the video, I will give you guys my final score prediction. So make sure you guys stay tuned till the end. And if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Okay, so first, let's start off with the injury update for the Washington football team. Somewhat good news, Thomas Davis is out, and this is the final injury report since we do play on Saturday night. Antonio Gibson, Terry McLaurin, and Alex Smith are all questionable, but since Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin and Alex Smith all played last week, we do expect them to play this week. And also, Antonio Gibson said he's feeling a lot better this week than he was after the Panthers games, feeling a lot better, didn't have any setbacks, and assume that Terry McLaurin is going to be at least a little bit healthier than he was against the Eagles. And Alex Smith, let's hope he's a little bit healthier. I'm not really sure, but I'm expecting him to play. And we'll see about Kevin Pierre-Louis. I'm not expecting him to play. It's probably like a 50-50. He's been on the injury report for a few weeks now. He's been questionable really for 3 weeks, and it would be a big boost, but it's not the end of the world if he doesn't play. Kendall Fuller, Brennan Sheriff, and Jonathan Allen, who were all on the injury report at some time this week, are all playing and are all good to go. So that is good news for us. Really, the injury report, the only thing that is really concerning is Alex Smith, and how healthy he is. Let's hope he's a little bit healthier than he was last week. And then the Bucs, they have some injuries. Shaq Barrett just got off the reserve list. Devin White is still on that list, so he will not play, and that's huge for us because he's their best linebacker. He has like 8 or 9 sacks this year. He's been really, really good. Great tackler. Solid in coverage. Mike Evans has a chance to play, is what Bruce Arians said. Him and Carlton Davis, who I do believe is one of their better cornerbacks. They're both game time decisions, but again, I see both of them playing, or at least one of those guys playing. I really think that they're going to do everything they can to play, especially Mike Evans, who hasn't made the playoffs yet in his career. I think he's going to fight through it and try to play. And then Jeremiah Ledbetter is not playing. And then Jason Pierre-Paul, they haven't, gotten out their official injury report yet, but Jason Pierre-Paul has not practiced he didn't practice on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like he practiced today, but that is something to monitor right there. So that's the injury report right there. Let's hope, like I said, that Alex is a bit healthier than he was last week. And now let's get into the keys to victory. And for me, the first one, offensively, we have to protect Alex Smith, or even if it is Taylor Heineke, that is very important. They got a really good pass rush, and if you look at this stat right here, this was against the Eagles, so it's not a huge sample size, but Alex Smith was 19 for 20 for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns when passing from a clean pocket, but when he faced pressure, he was just 3 for 12 for 27 yards and 2 interceptions. The offensive line did not play good in last game. That obviously contributed a little bit to Alex Smith's struggles, but he has to be, hopefully he is a little bit more mobile. We'll see, though. I'm not getting my hopes up, but again, gotta protect him. This is going to be a better front. The Eagles' front was a little short-handed, but they were still solid, but this front has Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh, and others, so we gotta, step up. Our offensive linemen have to step up. They're healthy. They're good to go. No excuses. They got to protect Alex Smith, because if they do, he showed that he was solid against the Eagles, and, it allows for us to go down the field a little bit more, because Alex Smith against the Eagles really barely looked downfield because he didn't have much time to throw. So that's one of the keys to victory. And the next one is we have to get to Tom Brady. We have to fluster him. And real quick, if you guys did not know, Chase Young was named NFC Defensive Player and Defensive Rookie of the Month. That is really insane. I think that's our first rookie to be named NFC Defensive Player of the month. That's really insane. So let's hope he steps up this week against Tom Brady. And not only is it important to get to Tom Brady because you're going to get that sack, you might force a fumble, but also they go deep so much. The Bucs go deep so much. They have so many deep threats. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, even Antonio Brown, Scotty Miller. So if you get to Tom Brady, not even a sack, but if you just get pressure, he's going to be forced to dump it off for 2 to 3 yard gain or just throw it away. That is what you want to do against Tom Brady. So our D-line, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Tim Settle, they better be ready to play. They better come to play because that's going to be the biggest keys to victory. This one and protecting Alex Smith, in my opinion, we have to get pressure on Tom because if we don't, he's just going to be throwing deep bombs all the time on us. And the next one is another defensive one, but we have to, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the pressure, but we have to limit the deep ball and the big plays by the Bucs wide receivers. I mean, this is just last week. Brady was 22 for 37, 388 yards and 4 touchdowns, with Chris Godwin had 5 catches, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Antonio Brown 8 catches, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Mike Evans was on pace for 200 yards before he got hurt in that game. And they have a bunch of really good weapons on their team. And I think Ronald Darby, whoever he's on, he can lock them up. He's been pretty solid lately, and he's really good with whoever, especially on deep balls. But Kendall Fuller struggles with the, double move. That does concern me a little bit. Whether it's Chris Godwin, I think that's probably going to be the matchup. I don't like that matchup. If it's Chris Godwin versus Kendall Fuller, I'd rather Kendall Fuller be on Mike Evans because Mike Evans is a little bit less of a deep threat, but that's one of the biggest matchups that concerns me. So hopefully they have Kendall Fuller more towards short passes because he has struggled a little bit with the double moves in the last few weeks. And the last key to victory is kind of a 2-1. Can't play sloppy, gotta win the turnover battle. And every game I think this year that we've won the turnover battle, we've won the game. And I know it's an obvious key to victory, but we just have to do that, and we can't afford mistakes. And that includes sloppy play by the offense, silly turnovers, but also Steven Sims punt return fumbles. We can't have that happen. Ron Rivera said that Steven Sims remains Washington's punt returner despite recent wobbles because he's the best guy we got. Says Sims is putting in the extra work. The problem with that for me, he might have been the best guy you had, but I think it's a mental game right now with him, and that's why he's dropping it. So I don't like it, but we'll see. I just really hope it doesn't come down to Steven Sims fumbling a punt, which is what cost us the game. Really hope that doesn't happen. But we can't. We have to limit the offensive penalties, defensive penalties. Special teams has to play on. Our special teams has to step up. Tressway continue to do what he does. Dustin Hopkins got to make his kicks. Our punt return and kick return coverage has to be great. And let's please hope we get some, extra boost by Steven Sims or Danny Johnson in the punt/kick return game. Steven Sims, before his fumble, actually had a nice return, 18 yards last game. That set us up nice for a drive late in the first half. So my score prediction, just because I picked the Bucs to win doesn't mean I think it's impossible for us to win. And some people, when I do pick the other team to win, they call me a fake fan. Whatever. I have the Bucs winning 27-20, but I won't be surprised if we do win. If Alex Smith is healthier than he was last week, then I think we have a shot of winning. Regardless, I do think we have a shot. It just depends on if our defense comes to play, because once Tom Brady gets flustered, this year he's had a few bad games, and against pretty much the best defenses he's played this year, he has struggled. The Saints, the Bears, the Rams, against those defenses, which were all, similar. Our defense is similar to those defenses, rankings-wise, he's struggled against those defenses. So if we can do that, fluster him, we just our offense, red zone wise, every time we get in the red zone, we have to score, because I don't think we're going to get in there a lot of times. So if we only get in the red zone 2 or 3 times, got to score a touchdown all of those times. So 27-20 could be a little bit closer, could be a little bit more, but I think Ron Rivera is going to keep this game competitive for us, and we'll see what happens. Let's hope for a good game, and let's hope our defense steps up, and we'll see how the injuries progress for both sides. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. Peace. Let's win this game.